not helping. Good morning. For those who don't know me, I'm Jay. This is my first time, so don't give me too much grief afterwards. But our current series of homes has been great, hearing how so many different aspects in our lives is somewhere we can be ourselves, feel safe, and as we're challenged to grow, as we've heard previously over the weeks. The house we live in with our families, this building where we come together as a church family, and another place I call home is the gym and boxing ring. I've learned many things about love in all three of these places, and that's where we are today, home where we learn to love. Today, talking about love, where we learn to love, the boxing ring might not be the place that you first think of, but the story I've got for you. My daughter Bella, she's also a fighter, and as her dad and her coach, I struggle sometimes with the risks that she puts herself in the ring, and I have to turn off my dad brain, which is a struggle, and trust that I've taught her well enough to protect herself. One of her previous fights, her opponent, when we got to the fight show, her opponent was angry, just had a lot of anger and hate in her. You could see it in her face, but that turned to be her opponent's downfall. Her only focus was to hurt Bella. For the most part, Bella stayed who she was as a fighter. She was composed and she was aggressive. It was an early finish for Bella, and she got the win. After the fight, she went straight up to her opponent to try and check on her, to make sure that she was okay, showing that she has compassion and gentleness even after what happened in the ring. Her heart told her to check on her opponent. So not only was I learning to love a side of Bella, but she was also learning how to show love towards others who didn't show compassion back to her. Love and compassion are not always going to be easy or obvious to share with other people, but one of the places I have learned about it is from God, and a great example is in Colossians 3:12-17. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, and gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have grievance against someone, forgive us, as the Lord forgives you. And all of these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. In these verses we see many qualities, each one individually we can put out into the world and the people around us. Qualities like compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience are the habits of love. These habits are things we should be taught in our homes. With practice we develop them over our lives, and in the gym I learnt these things. These qualities are not associated with the sport of boxing until you experience it. Kindness and patience is learnt through training. When we have new teammates with little or less experience, we must slow ourselves to help them develop different techniques. Compassion is learnt through sparring, which is practice fighting for those who are unsure. We get in the ring and push each other to our limits, sometimes beyond this. This is a compassion. Together we suffer to grow and become better and alleviate the fear we have about getting in the ring for real. I've also learnt them from another aspect, here at church. Kindness as you walk in the door with smiles and hugs from everyone. Patience from watching people waiting patiently up here while greetings at the front take a little bit longer. Compassion when others notice someone is not quite themselves and check-ins happen when there's struggles inside our family and people sitting in here come together to help. We learn these habits in our homes. They are described as love, but they are parts we do to show that we love. Verse 14 is my favourite. It tells us to put on love like clothing. We get up every morning and decide to love and to put those qualities in our hearts, like our wallets and phones in our pockets, to pull out and use when we need to. Something I've grown to know over our time in this family is that in our family home we are in together this morning, that love and its qualities are abundant. My challenge to you all this week is to find someone new that you can pour this love into. Thank you.